Hello everyone, this is Rashid from Agency Handy, and today we're going to look at how to manage your orders in Agency Handy. So there are two basic ways to create an order in Agency Handy. One is when a client directly goes through a catalog and purchases something. So this is what a catalog looks like. So for example, if the client clicks on the purchase and goes through the whole purchase cycle, then the system creates an order for the agency. And also the second way would be to create an order from here. So basically it would look something like this. So for example, for this client, I'll have this service, this package, I'll pick and choose. I have a few data points that I can put in, particular kickoff date. I can say this order starts today, the order ends next month, something like this. Billing cycle and everything will be taken from whatever service or package you are choosing. Then there is setup fee and all this other stuff. So you can also just choose okay, fine, how much. For example, it might be the client is ordering 2, 3 quantities of a particular service, so something like that. So you can pick and choose those, and this will be reflected in your invoices as well. So and you can pick and choose what the billing cycle look like. So by default, it says like 12 billing cycles. So by that, what we mean is after 12 billing cycle, or the subscription will end automatically. If not, you can just keep it 0. That means it continues to billing. So something like this. So I'll just say it creates. So if I click on this, then there might be an intake form linked to a service similar to this. So for example, if I go to this purchase cycle, there might be an intake form. So these are data points that you need. But given that none of this are mandatory, I'll just say create if you say these are mandatory. And so what we also show in services as well is with each service, you can link a few orders. So for example, there might be some default task that you might say no, these are the default tasks for each service. So what happens is whenever you create an order with someone purchase an order, all those tasks get created automatically. So you can see with this service, I just created this service, I created this order, but given that with this service, these 4 tasks will link. So the moment I created a service with this, created an order with this service, all those 4 tasks were created. So this is a bit of automation that helps you, set it up once, and so that you don't have to keep on setting it again. So you can set up assignee, whoever is the one responsible. You can set up multiple assignee as well. You can say okay, uh, improve statuses and everything. Put in labels if you want. You can put in labels whether this is something that needs client review or not, something like that. So these are the tasks that we already have. I'll go through a different order that I already have setups for you, just for me to show you a few other stuff. For example, there is an order details. So if you have order details, all the attachments that has been linked with this order will be showcased here. Intake form again, if you have intake filled out, all the intake form data will be shown here. Client can request tasks to agency. So for example, you can create tasks, obviously, say, I'm going to say I need content marketing. I'll have some okay, and this is starts today. It's at the end of the month. I can show you that whether this is something that requires a client review or not. So what do I mean by this? All the tasks that you create, you might not want the client to have access to all of the tasks, right? So you might have some tasks that are only relevant to you. So in that case, just unclick the box, and by that, client won't have the access. So if you just say this needs client review, only then client will have access. You can put in labels and other stuff as well. So, right, so I already have task created. So, for example, I'll just go through this task. I already have this task created. So, within task, there are two common box. So, if you have description, it will be showcased here. I've already showcased all of this. So, within task, there are two sort of common box, right? So, one is for team and one is for client. So, within team, these are communication that only your team members will be able to see. You can attach directly mention people, and within clients, this is common box where both your clients and team members have access to it. So all the stuff that you need to set your team would prefer you use this box and then the other box. So then there's the attachment. The reason that I'm using this is because I already have the file set up. So I wanted to show you this pretty interesting feature that we have where you can directly get feedbacks on files. So For example, you have uploaded this logo, or this is something that you've done. So instead of going into the comments and saying I need this to be done there and stuff like that, what you can do is say you can just put an arrow and click on there and just put in a comment that I didn't like the color, right? So something like this. So what does that mean is whenever someone clicks on this annotation, it just shows you this is where I don't really like the color. So this allows you to give really precise feedback. So this is more from a client's point of view. Client can directly give you feedback. Client can for agency perspective, you can upload new version of it, so you can pick and you can keep track of how many versions of a file that has been uploaded, because sometimes we all know clients feedback get on a loop, so it helps you manage that. Client can directly reply to this comment as well. Also, there's a review section. So for example, especially for clients and admins, it might be your design supervisor might be the one giving feedback. So whether this is something that needs change or approved or not. So if say the idea is that if says needs change, then you work on it, you upload a newer version, then you have multiple version of the file. So this is one of the interesting features that we already have. The other stuff is similar but within videos, right? So again, similar to this, I already have a few sections to it. So for example, if I just click on this, so this says for this button, I need this button to be created, something like that, right? So what happens is within a particular segment on a video, which can be a particular timeline on a video as well, I need something else. So for example, I'm just, if I look into this, I'm just saying this is something that's not done right. So basically this helps you within, so this is a full scale video, right? So within this video, it helps you put in direct annotation in terms of where you need what sort of feedback. And again, similar stuff. So you can upload different versions of video, reviews, and everything. So this way, you can manage your files, you can manage your feedback loop within agency handling. So that is roughly it, what you can do. We also have a Kanban board where you can showcase details. Right now it's rigid, but we are thinking of making customizable, might be somewhere down the line. So within this process, the only other thing that I'm going to mention is basically if you say something needs client review, anytime a task goes to review, client gets automatically an email saying oh, this is something that needs to be reviewed by you. And then when client opens it, on the top right, they'll see an accept and reject button. If they accept it, it goes to done. If they reject it, it goes back to progress. And you get notification. So, and this is the whole order section. In this, you get all the details in terms of what's happening within order. You have a few filtering and sorting features as well. So that is roughly it when it comes to order management and task management with file feedback and everything in agency. And you hope that sort of clears all of your question. If you have any further question, feel free to leave it in the comment section or just knock us in the support chat. We are very prompt when it comes to replying and when it comes to getting back to your clients. I hope that's really helpful for you. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us. Thanks for watching. That's all from me today. Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.